So whenever I come out to the range, I always confirm zero first before doing anything. You could call it an old military habit, but this is actually a fully new, not URGI, that I recently got from fellow YouTuber Uncompliant, who I'll go ahead and link below. He sold this to me for a super affordable price because he got bit by the AK bug and he wanted that quick and easy high. So he sold this to me at like a fraction of what it was worth. This is the special edition that was made for Ranger Battalion Razor Gen 2. It comes in their Armageddon package and it has the EBR 7C reticle in it, which is a lot like a ACOG reticle, which I'm very familiar with ACOG reticles, so I thought that was a really cool and novel concept. But before we do anything today, drill-wise, we do need to re-verify our zeros. This T2 was last used on an optic when I was running Op4, and I had to zero it to the simunitions that we were using. So we need to re-zero it back to M855. And what I'm gonna be doing today, my main zero is going to be M855 PMC X-Tac. I have a proclivity for using 855. I know it's not the best ammo out there, but price for performance and just kind of familiarity. Since that's the main ammo that I shoot is generally 855 PMC X-Tac, that's what we're going to zero on. But we're going to confirm accuracy using this Black Hills OTM. So this is actually 69 grain Match King. And we're just gonna, that's gonna be kind of to confirm our actual accuracy, because you might get a couple MOA out of M855 PMC X-Tac. Like, it's not a one MOA ammo. So let's get to it. Let's get out there and get our weapons zeroed. And another thing too, I think my main zero is going to be suppressed, because once you have a suppressor, you just want to flex on the pores by shooting nothing but suppressed all the time, I guess. Wingardium Leviosa. And now we've got the suppressor on there. So we're going to start with that. And we're keeping it simple, nothing too fancy here. Got my little lawn chair and my little platform here. We're shooting 855 PMC X-Tac. One thing I'll say before I start with these T2 caps that are like a spanner for the half MOA adjustments, they do kind of suck to work with. You can buy replacement ones from Forward Control Designs, FCD, and it's kind of a plug and play option that'll allow you to use like a flathead to make your adjustments. But in this case, we're just gonna roll what we got. We're gonna start out at 25 just to make sure I'm on paper, is how I like to work it. And I like 50-yard zeros on my red dots. If we have to make any windage adjustments, we'll make those at 25, but we'll keep any sort of elevation adjustments level until we get out to 50 and we can dial it in a little closer. So we're going to get to it. Wow, not only was that a bad group, this is why you confirm. How's that RC2 sound? Those are my first shots out of that thing. It feels pretty nice. This is at 25. So we can see right here coming up, we're about an inch off to the right. Pretty bad grouping, but I mean, we're shooting a red dot here. So we do need to bring it left. I am gonna bring it down a significant number of clicks before we even take it out to 50, because I have a feeling that if I double this and take this out to 50, I might be off paper altogether. So for this, 8 clicks left. So we're gonna go 1 inch left, 22 clicks down. See how that works for us. Now with the half MOA optic, you know, this is the way I like to split it. When you're at 100 yards, a half MOA is 2 clicks per inch. 50 yards, it's 4 clicks per inch. 25 yards, it's 8 clicks per inch. And that's why I don't mind MOA. Sometimes people get caught up between like mils and MOA, and people act like they like mils more. But if you like mils more, then why do you measure everything in inches? Pretty weird, huh? We're gonna go 22 down, and we're gonna go 8 to the left. And the RC2 might also be throwing off what's going on. It might be making the rounds fly high compared to when this was last zeroed with no suppressor. We'll go a little bit dimmer on the red dot. Windage looks pretty good. So now we're gonna move it out to 50. Now, bear in mind, this is not the most stable zeroing platform that I'm using here. We're just trying to get ourselves a nice little BZO here and make sure things are fairly copacetic. I like to make my adjustments off of 5-shot strings, but I like to do my final 0 confirmation off of 10-shot strings. Some people are the other way around, like they'd rather do a 10-shot string for every adjustment. I just don't have that kind of ammo budget. So here's where we're looking at windage wise, and that's about good enough for me. I could probably walk it like 1 click back over to the right, and this is what we're working with at 50. This is a really windy day too, by the way. Wind shouldn't be a huge factor at 50 yards, I will say. I'm not gonna blame this group all on wind. A lot of it's me. We're looking at, we need to come down about 7 inches. We're gonna come down 28 clicks, get ourselves in the ballpark. And then the final thing that I'm gonna do is just see if I can ring the reduced steel silhouette at 200. And if I can get like a string of first shot hits on that, then I just call it good from there. We're not snipers. This is a 12.5 inch Specwar LMT. It's a combat rifle. It's combat gassed. It's meant to endure the rigors of what grunts can throw at it. Not meant to be a crazy precision platform. I've always thought it's so weird how like the top, which goes left and right, doesn't move the reticle left and right. And the side, which goes kind of up and down, doesn't move it up and down. It's the other way around. And having dyslexia, that really pisses me off. So 28 clicks. 1, 2, 10, 20, 6, 7, 8. And then just for good measure, we're gonna do that 1 click left. And this is dirty, yucky M855 ammo. All right, so that was really rough. I wasn't really taking my time in between shots there, just kind of speed up and pressure myself to get it over with. And I do that. Call it laziness, call it what you will. Again, you know, different people have different standards for like combat acceptable accuracy. I still have that, maybe it's a negative, maybe it's a bad habit from the military, but I have that kind of 4 MOA standard. Good Lord. So this looks nice right here. The rest of this is kind of chaotic, but we're looking to be a lot closer to what we wanted. I don't think that this is tracking perfectly, but then again, I'm not measuring this in any objective way. So this being 7 inches to me is not necessarily the truth. We're kind of all over the place right here. It's hard to really get a baseline, but if we were to take this central group and say, bring this down another 1/2 inch, I think we'd be pretty good. We'll do a full 2 clicks. Right? 2 clicks is 1/2 inch at 50. And then we're gonna transition straight from that to trying to get hits on the steel 200 yards. If I hear steel pinging, I'm happy with it. PMC X-Tac, 62 grain. Not known for its accuracy, but I need to lube up this gun as well. Feel this suppressor. It's not too bad with 2 mags put through it. So we're gonna move on from this rifle, do 1 last round downrange. Oh, I'm finally getting the suppressor mirage. Suppressor mirage is real. Oh, that was such a beautiful hit right there. 200, we're good on that. So now we're gonna move to the not URGI. You know what just bothered me? Thinking about the fact that I'm sitting here cooling off my suppressor with the fucking bottle of beautiful clean Food Lion water while there's children in fucking Darfur, Africa, Ethiopia, like literally dying from lack of water while I blatantly waste it. Look at that muzzle device, the carbon on it. That's gonna turn into this beautiful patina, this beautiful patina of carbon. We're gonna do the not URGI. And we're gonna do 55 grain with that again. And then my final, the finale, is I am gonna do, just to make sure that these are accurate barrels, and it's not just me, I'm gonna shoot a couple 100-yard groups with the Black Hills, because this was $99 for 50 rounds. $99 for 50 fucking rounds. So we're not gonna use a lot of it, but we're gonna use enough of it to try to get a string of shots. Same thing applies generally with a lot of LPVOs. Well, the thing about this one, this is a BDC, a ballistic drop compensated LPVO, which some people like, some people don't like. I'm a grunt. I personally like a BDC as long as it like lines up with the ammo I'm using. This, being designed for Ranger Battalion, is an interesting little thing. It was originally designed for 14.5 inch barrels, and M855A1, which is a very hot round. But then I double checked M855. Yeah, we've got 31 rounds loaded in this PMag. I double checked the velocity on M855 and it lines up almost perfectly on a 16-inch barrel, which is what this actually is, which is why this is not an URGI technically. It's an URGIsh rifle. Let's see what we could do. We're gonna start with our verification at 50. Oh my God, that is so off. Vision matters a lot. So this is a heavy contour SPR barrel. So just right out of the gate, the barrel on that thing is gonna be more accurate, but vision plays such a big role. I personally don't have good enough vision to get the tightest groups in the world with a red dot at even 25, 50 yards. But when you come up to a 6X, you can get sub MOA. Now this isn't technically sub MOA because this is 25 yards, but this is 4 shots and both of them are touching each other, line breaking one another. I need to double check if it's 1/4 inch MOA increments or half MOA increments, but we're looking at about 3 inches right and about 4 inches up to be level at 25. Technically, I believe we'd want to be slightly low at 25 in order to be flat at 100, because if we were to give this a flat 0 at 25, our hold under at 100 is like 12 inches. We're gonna bring it right by 3 inches. We're gonna bring it up by 2 inches. Then again, same process. We're gonna bring it out to 50, kind of see how it looks at 50, and we're gonna finalize at 100 with this one, because that's what the ballistic drop compensator is designed for, is a 100-yard 0. Second string of shots at 25. Not digging this mil-spec trigger. I'm shooting off the most tenuous position right now too compared to the last one. So our adjustment to the right was literally perfect. We went 12 right. I think we went 8 up. So we're gonna skip right down to the 100 yards. We're gonna skip the 50. Take a look and see how this affects us at 100. My platform's not level either, so I'm canting the optic ever so slightly. It's canted to the left. No illumination on this one. My bipod's moving all over the place. That's a lot better. I've been really spoiled with Geisley triggers, let me tell you. I'm pulling rounds left and right. I don't have the most stable shooting platform. I want to get an idea of where we're hitting out here. I really haven't shot a mil-spec trigger in a couple years. This is a PSA lower, not just PSA lower. I think it's a PSA lower parts kit too that Uncompliant sent me. I have a Geisley on the LMT. This thing feels just so, there's no wall. It's a single stage, so you basically start out on the wall. It's completely unpredictable as to when it's gonna go off.
Even in glamping with your triggers.
Yeah, ugly. At least I knew that this one when I pulled it, and I knew this low one when I pulled it. I think that's consistent enough to say that we need to move an inch left at 100, and then we need to move up about 4 inches. All right, now, so this is crazy. Now, bearing in mind, I'm no sniper, like obviously, and I haven't shot in a couple months, not to any serious capacity. This is my first time out ever with this rifle. And previous to that, I had only taken the LMT out maybe twice or so. I did go to a night vision class with it. That was a good time. But this is the first time ever with this rifle. There are some changes that I want to make to it, like I don't want to have a war comp on this thing. I need to put a Geisley trigger on it instead of this trash mil-spec. Maybe change a little bit about the buffer system. But take a look at this. Now at 6 times, like my vision's not what it used to be, right? 100 yards at 6X, this point of aim was the same size as my reticle basically. But we're looking at about a 1-inch group here. Now I know people will come into the comments and they'll say, well, a 5-shot string isn't enough to verify. You should do a 10-shot string. Well, you know what? Like, give me a damn ammo sponsorship. Like, if you want me to do 10-shot strings of rounds that cost $2 a round. But looking at this is about a 1 MOA circle right here, right? Now look at this M855. These 5-shot strings. Good Lord. I mean, we're looking at 4, 5 MOA. I mean, this is dirty. I mean, even if you deleted each flyer and just took each one without each flyer at its tightest, this is significantly tighter on that Black Hills 70 grain. This is a Ballistic Advantage SPR barrel. What I'm finding with this LMT is, first of all, it's a chrome line barrel, and LMT touts their barrels as combat centric, right? Like longevity and reliability, the main performance that they're looking for. Well, chrome lining can reduce the accuracy a little bit on a barrel, and I think we're finding that to kind of be true with this LMT, because here we've got at 50 yards my 5-shot string with the Black Hills 70 grain, which is still significantly better than the 855. It is a lot better, but we're still looking at about a 2 MOA gun here at its best, and about a 1 MOA gun here at its best, or at my best. Vision plays a huge factor. Like if I put an 18 times optic on here and could see a really crisp point of aim and to be able to repeatedly hit, it'd be a lot easier. And zeroing with a red dot, even at 50, you go out to 100 yards or so, it can be kind of a crapshoot. When I think about price to performance, this Ballistic Advantage SPR barrel costs like half as much as this LMT barrel. Does that mean I'm gonna go try to find another 12.5 barrel, you know, build a whole new 12.5 to try to chase that 1 inch or half-inch difference in performance? No. I'm quite pleased with the LMT as it is, but what I can also confidently say is that this is gonna work out to be a really nice rifle when it's all said and done. A couple modifications I'm gonna make: change this chintzy little Amazon bipod that it came without, change the muzzle device, change the trigger, change the buffer system, keep everything else the same. Look how wobbly that is, that little Amazon special that it came with. Not digging that. But yeah, a couple changes to the not URGI, and she's gonna be good to go. As far as the LMT is concerned, she's perfect how she is. I love this thing. This is my forever rifle for sure.